What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Joe from Clash Attacks with Joe, and wow, what a weekend of playoffs. We had 8 wars going on this weekend, and some really close matchups all the way through. Wars of the week, I can't even pick a war of the week. I got, Time Vortex and Gabalis was an extremely tight war. And above and beyond, coming up with a huge upset at the end within the last 5 seconds of the war. We got, Town Hall 11 triples. We got Town Hall 10 triples. We're going to kick this thing off directly with Above and Beyond versus Coastal Clash. This war right here went all the way to the end. Literally, I got the pleasure of streaming the final 2 hours of this war. It went all the way to the last 10 seconds of the war with this attack right here. It being the final upset of the war. Chase comes in with a Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 11 3-star attack. Above and Beyond put up a 97.80% destruction average versus Coastal Clash. It was looking a little bit shady there for a little while. With they were 0-4 with Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 11s. And this base right here actually was unstarred all the way up until the last couple seconds of the war. So the final score in this one was 72-71 as we have the Bowlers taking over this wide open spread base. We got Witches in there. We got the Barbarian King leading the way, tanking for the Bowlers. The internal tone ability was used by the Grand Warden there. The Queen's backing up the Wizards. And the Bowlers are just pushing through this base, old school style. Nothing out of the ordinary here other than the massive group of Bowlers and only a handful of Witches assisted with the process that it is being 3-starred. The Inferno Tower will fall, and now leaves it down to a few defenses. You got the Queen hanging back in that centralized compartment, taking out the Wizard Tower, assisting, taking out the Expo, and it will leave this final Archer Tower standing. This, the hype on this war at the end was insane. It was incredible. And Adam was pretty much adamant that, don't doubt his methods there. Gehazi Bomber versus Archer Outlaws. Now, this war right here was extremely tight. There wasn't any Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 3-star attacks, so obviously the defenses were there, shutting down both plans on being able to get a 3-star at Town Hall 10. As we have this Town Hall 9 attack, the Archer Queen walk. The Queen's going to take her time working on taking care of the Town Hall. Rage spell is dropped in order to get the Queen in on the point defenses and moving in and dropping wall breakers to open up raged wall breakers to open this compartment as they move in on the Queen's location. Clan Castle is pulled, and the Barbarian King will assist with getting rid of the enemy Archer Queen. He will go down, but the Archer Queen will follow him up and take care of the Baby Dragon, the Witch, and the Valkyrie that was in the Clan Castle as she works in on getting rid of this air defense after the Baby Dragon falls. This is an air composition, so back and forth, mix between hogs and air and some witches in the Town Hall 9 realm. Those are still the three top 3 attack strategies at Town Hall 9. It's either going to be hogs, air, or the witches taking down these bases. As we have the hounds meeting up, going in and getting on the second to last air defense. 3 groups of balloons are going to power their way down through this base, running into a Tesla farm location. A 3rd hound will come onto the map and go into that final air defense over there as a rage spell goes down, taking care of the air sweeper and working their way into that cannon, taking it down and healing the balloons. The heal spell will go down for the balloons as they get into this Tesla farm location. The Archer Queen is on the opposite side of the base, taking care of the air set skeleton traps and taking down that flank side of the base. So as this one wraps up, just a great war. 94.56% destruction average by Gehazi Bomber, 94.04 by Archer Outlaws. 70-69 is the final score in this war. Alphas versus Michigan Rose. So Michigan Rose being the sleeper here, they're doing great. They were doing great in the final weeks leading up into the playoffs. Alphas was a powerhouse all the way throughout the season, and Michigan Rose shut the Alphas down. Just put them down. No Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 3-star attacks in this war, just like the last one. 91.24% destruction average by the Alphas. So clearly they had a little bit of a hard time versus Michigan Rose's defenses. So Michigan Rose has some decent base builders at their disposal, shutting down the offense of the Alphas. 95.36% destruction average by Michigan Rose as we have this Town Hall 9 attack. Queen, Barbarian King, and a few Wizards working their way into the base. Dropping a Hog Rider to get in there and assist with taking down defenses to the flank of the Golems. Skeleton spell is dropped in order to work on the Barbarian King and work on that Expo as the Queen is focused in on the Hound in the core of the base. And then Mo's going to drop the rest of his Hog Riders. They're going to flank around and take down the eastern side of this base, working in on a Tesla getting in on the bomb tower. We have 3 heal spells in this composition to carry our hogs throughout the base. The hogs are going to go down, transition down south, working in the wizard tower, working into the air defense, and going into this area where there's a lot of splash damage. A few more hogs come up from the south to work on the mortar as the rest of the hogs join them, getting in on that Tesla. Heal spell is down to cover the area where there's wizard towers, another Tesla, as well as another giant bomb location down in the corner there. So the hogs are going to transition back up, moving west or northwestern, as the queen is in the core, running out of health. Her ability is still intact, and she will use it as that barbarian king gets on her. Abilities pop, taking down the air defense, and assisting the hogs with the rest of this attack. Great attack there. Soki Secundum versus Arvaska. So, both of these clans, great clans here. Arvaska put on a heck of a show at the end of the season, about midway through the season, working their way into the playoffs. But Soki Secundum just a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse. Definitely a clan to watch. They did beat Above and Beyond in week 10, I believe it was. And they are looking phenomenal right now. This is a Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 11 3-star attack here by Soki Secundum. 2 Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 3-star attacks, while Arvaska was unable to produce one at all. 94.96% destruction average. As we got bowlers that are sitting on the outsides of the base, the Barbarian King is tanking for the bowlers, and the bowlers are going to work on taking down that Eagle Artillery with the assistance of a Earthquake spell there. So very well planned out, well executed attack here by the attacker from Soki Secundum. 3 haste spells are down, and we have 3 hounds leading the way, getting in on this base as we have a massive pack of balloons. 2 rage spells down to work on this heavy, dense. The defenses are extremely tight here on top of each other. Grand Warden's ability catches a large group of balloons as they are in the area where the Archer Queen is at. The Archer Queen will go down due to a skeleton spell, as well as the assistance of a few pups there. And as we transition into the north side of this map, or northwestern side of this map, we have a large group of about 20 balloons that are working in on the final defenses here, going into a sweeper. All of the spells have been used at this point. Doesn't really matter though. The rest of the defenses will get overran by the remaining balloons in this attack. 94.96% destruction average by Soki Secundum, 87.04 by Arvaska. Final score in this war was 71-62. Soki Secundum moves into the semifinals. Gabales versus Time Vortex, by far one of the best wars of the week. 5 total Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 3-star attacks. Time Vortex produced 3. So obviously Time Vortex had a little bit of a rough time getting into the playoffs, not necessarily a hard time. They were very solid and consistent in the beginning of the season. Near the end of the season, they were having a little bit of a hard time getting back on track, but they did as they come into the first week of the playoffs, upsetting the 9-2 Gabales. Just insane war here. Absolutely insane war. This is one of the 3 Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 3-star attacks. Group of bowlers, Barbarian King, Queen going in, getting rid of some air defenses, working on the Inferno Tower here, getting in on the Archer Queen. They will take her down. And then the Archer Queen's going to assist with getting rid of an air sweeper and work on taking down a few more defenses down here over in the southwest, as the northern portion is where the air portion of the attack will resume. Queen will go down here momentarily, taking off just about all of the health and finishing off that expo, as we have a large group of balloons going in, following it up with another with a hound, lava hound to get in on the air defense. So really leading the balloons with the lava hound, and then dropping the second lava hound, another group of balloons, hasting the balloons in. And at this point we have skeleton traps there, working on those balloons. Another rage spell is dropped this time around to push those balloons through this large dense area and get in on the Inferno Tower. 2 more groups of balloons are going to sneak in from the east and work their way into a heal spell into the Tesla, the Expos, and everything's just going to join up in the core of this base, taking down the Expo, and then they're going to go into that Wizard Tower, finishing it up on the Expo, as this other group of balloons over to the right of them or the left of them, and depending on how you're looking at it, go in, take out the Tesla as well as the Archer Tower. Time Vortex puts up a 96.16 destruction average on Gabales. 72-71 is the final score. Yes, that bomb tower does go down. Crazy Monkey versus Meet the King. So I was thankful to catch this war at the end, or catch the recap here. I was in the process of building this video and realized, oh my god, I'm missing a war here. So Meet the Kings put up 3 Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 3-star attacks. There was a Town Hall 10 that produced a 6-pack in this war versus Town Hall 10s. So great job there by Kratos here. This is one of his 2 attacks for 3 stars. Bowler Witch combination powering his way through the base. 96.44% destruction average by Meet the Kings. So Crazy Monkey did know when they award Meet the Kings. The final score in this war is 73-70. Meet the Kings does put down Crazy Monkey and advances into the semifinals as we have Hog Riders joining our bowlers, getting in on those final defenses, taking down the Expo here. Our Queen will actually assist with taking down a lot of the remaining defenses on this base as she works on the Expo, taking out the Tesla, working her way back around, and the rest of these troops will work around the base, taking out these final point defenses. Just a great attack here by Kratos. Great read on this base, or planning by the planners in Meet the Kings. Queen's caught on a wall. That's about normal. As our bowlers take on a giant bomb, and they're going to continue to press through the base. Queen's going to join them, and her ability is still intact. So, I mean, you already know where this is going to go. She's going to take down this Archer Tower. Witches in the south are going to finish it up, and just a great attack by Kratos of Meet the Kings. As we move into the next war, we have Assassin's Score versus 1001 Crew. This war here was actually a rematch from Week 11. Assassin's Score versus 1001 Crew. Assassin's Score fell in Week 11 due to a few dip fails. Again this week, just a very tight war between these clans. I mean, just great war to watch. As we have this attack here by K-Rog of 1001 Crew. Minions taking out a large chunk of structures up in the north. Assassin's Score put up a 91.76% destruction average on 1001 Crew. 1001 Crew put up a 94.64% destruction average on Assassin's Score. So, very tight war here, guys. Absolutely insane war to be a part of. A great run by Assassin's Score. 1001 Crew coming back and producing the same score that they produced last week. Putting up 70 stars versus Assassin's Score and advancing into the semifinals. As we have this awesome attack. Now, what K-Rog is going to do here is he's going to split this base. He's going to come in from the eastern side with a group of balloons, and then he's going to go to the opposite side of the base with another group of balloons and just overpower this base with the air. Queen is going to finish up on this Expo as the Hound comes in. It's going to cut across the entire base, going over to that archer or that air defense that is near the core of this base. As we have 4 groups of balloons there working on defense, a haste spell to speed the balloons up, getting in an archer tower, and then another Hound is going to come from the opposite side. So our Queen is assisting with getting rid of the Tesla, and she's going to sit on this wall for a few seconds as another haste spell is down for our balloons on the western side of the base to get in on the Archer Tower, get in on that Expo. They actually divert and go to the cannon first, and the Expo is one of the last things to fall over here as our balloons kind of circle around going into the sweeper, the bomb tower, getting in on the wizard tower, and they'll end up going into that Tesla as well as getting in on that Expo. Great attack here by K-Rog again, final score, and this one was 70-69. Our final war of the week, JTJ versus Redline. Both clans, man, tight war here between these two. 94% destruction average by JTJ. Redline put up a 93.60% destruction average. So, very close, very close. This war was won by percentage. JTJ puts up, 94%. Anyways, I got a little sidetracked there, my bad. We have this beautiful Town Hall 9 Queen walk. This Queen will actually take out the cannon, and she's going to maneuver her way up, taking on the Wizard Tower, the Archer Tower, and if I recall correctly, she's going to walk around towards the north. There's a Barbarian King. We have a P.E.K.K.A up there with healers on her, and a few Wizards to back them up. Great timing on the Wizards up north as that giant bomb was identified, and the Wizards were able to power through and not be damaged by that. We have bowlers, we have Valkyries, we have a taste of all worlds here. I believe this was the Grudgeonator or whatever they called it, but it's a very rare attack, not used a lot, or if it is, I don't really get to see it because it doesn't really 3-star as often. It's just one of those risky attacks, but it's very beautiful to watch. Barbarian King, jump spell, P.E.K.K.A, Valkyries, bowlers, everything's moving through this base, just a power attack, just a straight up power attack. Valkyries are cutting on that wall. Archer Queen is backing them up. We got a massive group of healers healing our large group of troops, and they're all going to circle around, taking on the structures on the western side of the base, taking down the Wizard Tower, taking down the cannon, working their way into the next compartment where there's a Tesla farm. Bowlers are backing them up. The Queen is working on trash ring structures on the outsides of the base. and our Valkyries are cutting through yet another wall, but we have with healer coverage there, just working on everything. Heal spell for redundancy for our troops, getting the health back up on our Valkyries and our P.E.K.K.A. as we proceed down on the south side of the base. So, I mean, this week was just absolutely insane, guys, to watch. I'm unfortunately going to be out of town next week. I'm going to see if I can try to get somebody to cover down on the semifinals. There's only 4 wars going on next week. So as this one finishes up, we're going to power into what the wars look like or what the matches look like for next week. And I'll be back with you as we get into the next week of matches. All right, let's go ahead and get into the matchups for next week. We got Above and Beyond versus Gehazi Bomber. We got Michigan Rose versus Soki Secundum. Time Vortex versus Meet the Kings. 1001 Crew versus JTJ. This is the conference semifinals scheduled for June 22nd, prep day into battle day. Drop those comments below, and thanks for watching, guys.